Alright, good morning, evening, afternoon and day. We're visiting a Japanese city that lost its shops, lost its trains, and most importantly, lost over 95% of its population. This is Yubari, once home to 120,000 people in central Hokkaido. It had a booming local economy propped up by its own railway network. Today, however, only 6,000 residents remain, and the traces of its former life are fading fast. In this video, I'm taking the train to its one remaining station and following the path of a former railway line to meet locals, explore the streets. This used to be packed, and see what's left of this once great city. Ooh, it's nice and toasty in here, thank God. Alrighty, so we've departed and we've got about an hour until we get to our destination, so I'm just gonna relax, maybe have a nap because I had to wake up very early for this, but yeah. Wow, just look at the Alps, just a blanket of snow. I've never seen anything like this before. I'm sure to people who live in snowy areas it sounds like stupid, like, oh, whoa, whippity whippity woo, snow. But like for me it's like, oh my god. And welcome to Shin-Yubari Station. Oh, it is, you've got snow here. Oh man, lovely. But yeah, Shin-Yubari, wait, actually first of all, before I explain, let's go see off the train. Well, one thing you'll see that, look, that's been patched over. I'll explain that a bit later. But before that, we need to see the train. See the train go. Let's take a look. And there it goes. Really nice train, really nice green car. Alrighty, now, as I was just about to explain, so Shin-Yubari means basically New Yubari Station, which obviously suggests that there was an old Yubari Station, and that was the Yubari line, which this platform used to be used for. I don't think it's used anymore, but see, these tracks here used to, you probably can't see it with this wide-angle camera, but it kind of curves left a little bit. They used to go all the way up to Yubari. That closed in 2019, I think, so we can't use that. So what we're going to be using is a bus, which basically follows the same route, and we'll be stopping at a few places. But yeah, Shin-Yubari used to be known as a different name. I can't remember it right now because it was some complicated name, but I'll put it on the screen. And right now, this is the only station left in Yubari City. There used to be two until, I think, last year. There was a really small one over that direction, but it's closed, and you can see they've patched it over. Someone's added a little sticker, isn't that cute? But yeah, anyways, let's make our way out. Whew. That is chilly. Yokoso Yubari, thank you for the welcome. So you might have heard of the word Yubari because they're very famous for their melons. I think they're one of those melons where like sometimes you get them sold at extremely ridiculous prices. Anyways, one thing you'll see here as well, you'll see this route to the left is blocked off because that again used to be the way to the Yubari line, which is now you can't enter. I guess you can technically enter, but I'm not going to do that. But yeah. Ooh, look at all this stuff. So this building is the original building when this line was made, but there used to be a different station here for a kind of independent train company, like which basically ran services just for Yubari. I'll explain that a bit later. Before then, let me get my tickets out so they can accept it. こんにちは。
はい、ありがとうございます。どうぞ。
And it seems like basically the only trains that stop here are the all that are like the Tokyu, the special services. あ、すみません。夕張バスの1日乗車券はここで買えますか？
駅では売ってないです。あと、
はい、
有鉄バスの営業所か、あともしかしたら運転手さん車内で扱ってるかもしれないですけども、JR の駅で売ってます。
ああ、はい、そうか。はい、わかりました。ありがとうございます。Alright, so we'll just ask at the bus. But oh, you can see there's the name of the former name of the station over there. Wait, I need to put on my gloves because it's cold. But yeah, take a look at the area here and also this sign. So this used to be the name of this station, Momijiyama. And the old station used to be kind of, I think, around down here. It was a completely different line run by, again, like a private company. And that used to kind of compete with this line, which opened a bit later, obviously by JR. But this went, I think, in like the 70s or I think mid 70s. Yeah, it went. And I think we'll see some remains at another former station up over there. But yeah, I think this is the original building when it was first built. Hey, look at that. I was slightly worried that it'd get delayed or whatever, but it seems like we're doing just fine.
So we're finally on the bus, actually on our way to Yubari proper. Sorry, this is going to be a bit of a yappy video, but I suppose if you made it this far, you must not mind it too much, I hope. But in any case, while we make our way on over to Yubari, I want to give some background as to how the city rose up to its peak and how it spiraled into the state it is today. Yubari City was created in 1943, and for decades it thrived as a major coal mining hub that drew workers from across Japan. But when the country shifted from coal to oil in the mid-20th century, Yubari's industry collapsed. Its last mine shut down in 1990, pulling the foundation out from under a city where every job, shop and household depended on coal. The population plummeted, and in 2007 Yubari declared bankruptcy after an attempted tourism revival left the city with expensive, unused projects it couldn't sustain. From a peak of 120,000 residents in 1960, Yubari now has fewer than 6,000 people, and that number is expected to halve again in the coming years.
すみません、ここで1日乗車券は買えますか？
買いますよ。
はい、ありがとうございます。Alright, so I just bought a one-day pass just to make life easy. Oh, look at this, isn't this cute? I don't know who designed it, but that is absolutely lovely. Anyways, we are at Shimizusawa. What I believe even now is probably the biggest residential area of this city. Not that you'd know from this street, because all the shops that used to be here are pretty much closed, and the station, which used to be around here, see, that's the bridge that used to go over the tracks, that has been gone as well. So what we're going to do first, let's go check out where the former station was. See these barriers here, this used to be where the station was. It used to be quite a big station building, actually, because, I mean, first of all, there used to be a lot of people here, but I believe there used to branch off to a lot of different lines here, both the like third-party line I talked about previously, and a different line to a part of the city called Yubari, which is a bit of a tragic tale. It used to again be like a coal mining area. I think it housed around 20,000-30,000 people, but then the coal mines shut, people left, and then after that, if that wasn't enough, then it was decided that a dam was going to be built that would basically flood almost the entire part of that city, well, that part of the city, Yubari, underwater. Anyways, this is the rail bridge, obviously going over what used to be, I presume, loads of rails here, and now all you can really see because of the snow is the platform, what used to be the platform for the train station. So it used to be over there. I think the third party line used to be around here or around there or something like that. So there used to be, I think, 2 platforms for the station. Obviously the station building used to be over there. Obviously now there's nothing. this used to be here. Keishoku and kissa. So this used to be basically a coffee shop with, you know, some food as well. I guess on the top floor you can see there. Oh, look at that. These, I have no idea. But anyways, let's pop. We'll have to walk on the street here, or the road rather. Let's see if that bookstore is open. It looks like it is. I think this is one of the few places and things that is still maybe open. Let's take a look. Well, it has a unique smell in there.
So unfortunately, as you probably just saw, my camera had a lot of really bad flicker at the start. So I've unfortunately had to cut out the first bit, but essentially it's a bookshop run by someone who grew up in Yubari and also has a load of books and merch from former railway lines that were once here. Thankfully, there is a bit of footage intact of him explaining one of these items.
この
あ、はい。
ここに同じなんですけ
あ、
ど、
はいはい。
この写真の裏、今がここにある。
ああ、そうですか。おー、すごい。
この写真とこの写真が
全く違いますね。
昔、今。
すごい。
この写真の
はいはいはい。
今。
や
ってるんで。
はい、気をつけます。ありがとうございます。Amazing that he was starting a bookshop in this place, and he gave me a little stamp as well if we go to other shops, but I'm not sure what other shops there are here.
Alright, I just swapped cameras because that in my head camera was just getting a bit annoying and heavy, but yeah, this used to be the main street, and I mean, you wouldn't believe it with the state it's in right now. Look at all these buildings shuttered and gone, ooh, and me falling down things. Oh, what's all this about? It's like a Yubari anti-crime kind of association or something like that. Really cool. This isn't even the main kind of one I wanted to see. There's the Honmachi part of Yubari, which is even more amazing in terms of all these abandoned buildings. I think that used to be a restaurant of some sort. So you have Naitoin Serina. Naitina, I think that's maybe a bar or something. I don't think it's a hotel. Seems a bit too small. You have something that's Nomi Horde, so I think that place is still going strong. I mean, it looks quite new as well. Obviously, if it's a night bar, though, I don't think it'll be open this time. But then you have this street, which, my word, you have a lot of closed, abandoned-looking places. You have Snackurabu, which that used to be a snack bar. No longer working. You have another snack bar, Himawari. So this probably used to be like the shopping food street. You have barbecue, katsumi. So yeah, or barbecue, I'm sure you could have gotten that. Yeah, you have the collapsed building, the aforementioned collapsed building. You can see from the front, it's kind of holding in the back. That's all gone. This big space probably used to be something here. Let me just zoom out so you can get a better idea. Here's this place used to probably be something. Wow, look at all this. This was probably a bustling street. You have an izakaya here, which that sign doesn't look too old, so I think maybe this is open as well. But I mean, right next to it, I mean, look at this. The state of these two buildings, I mean, Jesus. Not been open in some time.
I think this is where they're selling melons. Oh, こんにちは。ここで夕張メロンを売っています。
夕張メロンは夏だけなのよ。
あ、夏だけか。
サマー。
サマーだけが。
そう、今はない。
そうなんですか。
So yeah, after that bombshell of being unable to try some of Yubari's famous melons, which does make sense, I don't think it'd be particularly easy to grow them under 30 meters of snow, but in any case, we hopped back onto the bus, but I quite liked Shimizusawa. It did feel like they were trying their best with the cards that they were dealt, no matter how bad they might seem. But if you were there a bit longer than me, you could have also checked out an open museum of what residents of coal miners was like, though it was unfortunately closed when I went, and a former thermal power plant, which apparently you can visit on guided tours. But I think the most interesting story definitely is Yubari, the town that was sunk by a dam, and that documentary I showed briefly did an excellent job, I think, of showing just how tough it must have been for the residents who were forced to move out. But for now, we move on to what used to be the main part of the city, and probably what experienced the biggest fall of all the areas here.
And there it goes. and we've arrived at what was called the Honcho, the main part of this city. And while it didn't have, I believe, the most residents, it had the most shops, and it had, or still has, the town hall and everything, but that's a bit up there. We're gonna have to make a bit of a walk to get there. And you can actually see over there, there's one thing that Yubari tried to be famous for, still has, is a little ski ropeway thingy bob. I don't think I'm going to be riding that because I've not got any skis, but yeah, you can do that as well.
Oh, so this is one thing I wanted to see or to show you guys, and this is the terminus of the Yubari branch line, and you can just see the platform here. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to walk here, but I'll be a bit cheeky. So yeah, this used to be the terminus. You can't see the tracks anymore, but you can see the platform, and that thing there used to be where the sign for Yubari Station would have been. I'm not sure where the entrance is. I think the entrance is over around this way. Is it open? Yes, it is open. Let's take a look. あ、こんにちは。一人ですが大丈夫ですか？
大丈夫ですよ。
Well, that was really lovely, really pleasant. The food was great, the people were really friendly, and we chatted a lot about kind of the history of this city and everything. They showed me a bunch of pictures. It was absolutely lovely. I planned to only have a coffee, but they charmed me into getting like cake and stuff, so I'm a bit full now. I plan to go to a different cafe, but I'm not sure what's going to happen. But one thing first, I just want to show you guys here is if you come around the other side, you can see the where the track used to be. Unfortunately, it's all buried, so you can't see it. But this, yeah, used to be where the Yubari branch line ended. And obviously that cafe, this building here, was the station. But actually, in the past, this line used to actually continue a lot more further down, and we'll see where it used to actually finish, you know, in the past. And for that, we're gonna have to walk about 10-15 minutes. So yeah, let's head off. So we're coming up the Honcho, the main street, and one characteristic of this place, it's called Cinema Road. And that's because you have all these kind of signs, these old signs of old movies. And so that's Die Hard over there. And it's this building here I want to really take a look at, because this is something really interesting. So this used to be some sort of public hall, I don't quite remember, but essentially what happened is that Yubari went bankrupt, and I'm not sure if it was exactly at that time, but it all shut down. It's now all boarded up and crumbling basically. And this place used to be the actual terminus of the Yubari line. So I'm not sure if on the other side we can see any signs of that. I guess we can go take a look. Yeah, maybe through here or something. I believe this is the actual site of where the final stop used to be. Right around here. You can see that all this has been bent. Imagine this was bricked up when it was closed. So I guess, yeah, right down from here. But anyways, let's go take a look at the front once more. So yeah, look at this. Hall, Cine Salon. I don't quite know what this means. I think there are pictures out there of what this used to look like. So if I had those on hand, I'm sure I can show you. This is it. Yubari Kominkan. So this was the Kominkan, basically like a community town hall. Must be an absolutely massive one. And then if we come along to the side of it, or what's right alongside it, oh, look at that. That must have been some kind of like art exhibition-y thing. Maybe there was like a park in front of here. But anyways, if we come along to this side, not in here, although you can see they're connected, but this is the city hall, the Shakusho. I believe it's still being operated on, but maybe not for long, because I believe there are talks on moving this somewhere else, because this is not where this is not where the main part of the city is anymore. Oh Jesus! Woo! Alright, so now let's go to the actual Honcho, where most of the shops in this city used to be, although not an awful lot anymore. I'm laughing, it's actually quite sad. I believe one thing as well, I think there is a waterfall here, at least on Google Maps, and yeah, there it is. Oh, doesn't that look very pretty? Let's see if we can get a better view over from here. Wow, look at that. Alrighty, I think we're coming up to the Honcho. And in fairness to it, the first thing we see is a post office which seems to be operating. But I think we'll find that beyond there. There's not going to be too much. Yeah, this used to be the Honmachi Shoten. And there are lots of pictures out there on what it looked like before. So if I'm able to match anything to it, then I'll show you. Oh, this place is a coffee shop, which I believe is actually still open and operating. And it's got a little sign up there. But yeah, one thing. Oh, look. Yubari Kinema Kaido. And it's got, I guess, like the Yubari mascot or something. I don't know. What on earth is that? Oh yes, and this here, this is what I wanted to see. So there's a YouTube video out there which has all sorts of pictures and videos of what this area used to look like, and there's one which perfectly matches kind of this street here. Now I don't know if I'm looking at it in the same direction or anything like that, but it was something like this, and this used to be packed with people. Now I'm literally standing on the road. I'm sure you couldn't even stand on the road back then. And this long strip here, you see down there, you've got a red bridge. That red bridge usually signifies a shrine. And up there, all the way up to those stairs, used to be a shrine. There used to be big torii gates here, but they're gone. I think the shrine has just been taken away, because even on Google Maps you can see there used to be a shrine kind of on the side, and that went as well. But in old pictures, the stairway used to go all the way up there, and you used to have all sorts of torii gates up there. I'm not sure if I can go up there because, well, it's not cleared out. I can give it a go, I suppose. But yeah, this is what I wanted to show. Oh, I'm so gutted. This is where I realised, and I went down to my knees in sadness. Oh man. And this looks to be, I guess another train stop. Yeah, a train stop, bus stop. The trains are long gone now. And yeah, look at that. This probably was some kind of Italian restaurant. Gone. That. And yeah, this hotel, a massive, massive building, also gone. Hotel Shupparo, that's the name of a nearby lake as well. The lake that was created by the dam that sunk part of this city. Okay, now let's see if we can go up those stairs. Oh boy, something tells me this is slightly ill-advised, but I'm doing it anyways. Watch me just slide down like Mario 64 down this entire thing if I fail. But I really want to get up here because this is also a really interesting area. Because again, this also used to be packed, absolutely packed with shops and snack bars and, you know, anything you could think of, because it used to supply a whole city. Now, there's barely anything left. Oof. And I've just about made it. Wow, look at that. And yeah, here used to be loads of shops and everything. Up there is what used to be the shrine here. There was a shrine there, but it just went. It vanished. You can see this is the upper level of the hotel. See, all these buildings are gone. You've got to remember, these used to be people's livelihoods, people's homes. You know, where people would come, buy things, make memories. and it's all gone. It's nothing else but just sad. Honestly, really sad. And this is gone as well. It's on the verge of collapse. And then here as well, it's one thing I wanted to see as well. This has a load of names of places that used to be here. So, Royaru Snack, like a bar. Keishoku Kissa, that's actually still open. That's one place that's still open. Oh, I've got to be careful, there's snow, there's ice there. Izakaya, snack bars. Yakitori, grilled chicken. Snack bars, karaoke. Yakitori, ryokan, you know, like a Japanese style inn. Snack bars, yakitori, just so many places. And it's all gone. Just imagine the atmosphere that will never be experienced again, because it's all gone. Jesus.
So there were still 2 more locations further down the city I wanted to visit. But with no bus coming for 2 hours, I decided to walk it, and needless to say, with my gear freezing and having to walk in the middle of bear country, it wasn't the most relaxing walk. But in the end, we managed to make it and see what's left of the end of the city.
So here's one thing I wanted to show you, Yubari Shrine. Although again, I'm not sure how much I can show you because the phone will probably just die in like 2 seconds. So I want to stop here and start again. So I need to do that because otherwise I'll just lose all footage. So I'm going to walk up these stairs. You can see very beautiful. I had to walk a bit and I lost my bear bell when I was walking. So I've got a bear bell, which is basically, well, I mean, it scares away the bears. So if I get attacked by a bear, well, that's not a joke, but you know, shit, I'm an absolute disaster right now. That would be bad. So, okay, let me walk up here and we'll see what's up there. Alrighty, and here is the shrine, Yubari Shrine. I'm not sure if it's the main biggest shrine, but it's the one named after the city. So yeah, they usually do the goshuin, which are the kind of shrine stamps, which I think I've shown in a few videos, but I think they're not doing it in winter, that's for sure. But yeah, there we are. And there was another bloke here as well, just now visiting. Maybe he was here to get the goshuin, but there's nothing. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna stop recording because this phone's probably gonna die from the cold in a wee bit. But yeah, let's move on to the next spot. Over there is cool. It says Yubari's Hill of Hope. Wow. And over there is where we're going. And this is the final place I wanted to go to, Yubari's Coal Mining Museum, or at least, well, the building, because if we look inside, or there's a sign back there, it's closed right now for the winter season, but I just really wanted to see this because this area, so you see this little guy here, and this entrance, all of this used to be, in addition to the coal museum, a big theme park. Yubari used to have a theme park, it was that big. And if we come in here, well, some footprints, I don't know what of, it's a bit spooky, but you can see, I mean, you can't really see, but you would see, you would have seen, you know, roller coasters and all sorts of amazing things. I would have loved to see the coal mining museum, but if it's closed, it's closed. It can't be helped. Maybe I'll come back to you, buddy, when it's not winter, because I've heard it's beautiful in autumn, it's beautiful in spring, it's beautiful in all 4 seasons apparently. Maybe apart from summer, because summer is just deadly in Japan right now. But yeah, that is the last place I wanted to visit, sort of. Not really, but yeah, Alright, I'm just gonna cut for one last bit of footage. Yeah, there we go. Wait, it's more like... There we go. Well, that's the last place I wanted to visit in Yubari. Alrighty. It's the end of the line, both in terms of the bus and Yubari itself, although it technically does continue in terms of the borders, but you know, in terms of the thing I want to see, the museum entrance is back there. So yeah, that'll be ending things off. I'm gonna take the next bus, which is in about 30 to 40 minutes, and then I'm gonna head back to the station, just kind of wait for my train to arrive, and then head back to Sapporo, where I'll have some much deserved rest. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. I've really enjoyed today. You know, yesterday was a bit of a write-off, but today has been absolutely amazing. If you are interested in these sorts of ghost cities, I suppose you could call it, visit. But I mean, even though you could call this a ghost city, there's still so much life still in it, and so many amazing, kind people. But yeah, that's where I'm going to end things off. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you for the next one.